Hey everybody, welcome back to our neck of the woods. So today's video, just real quick here. It's Sunday, Formula One Monaco day, so I want to get inside and actually watch it. But I want to give you some updates around the house real quick, how I'm doing in my health, and just basically some surprises that we found out around the property. All right, so update number one, if you guys follow us on Instagram 2020, you'll know that a few days ago, I think 3 days ago actually, I broke my arm. So I was down in the basement finishing up the HRV video so that we can get all of our ductwork and everything done and basically get the HRV up and running. And I was finishing up some ductwork and I was up and down on my step ladder for an hour or so. Well, at one point I ended up turning the step ladder around so that I could get on the other side and get more over this way. And then of course I stepped over that top step or that top ledge that you're not supposed to stand on. And I had my other foot sitting on the other side kind of reinforcement bar so I could like straddle the ladder and continue to do work. Well, then I stepped back over onto that reinforcement bar, not knowing that I had turned the ladder around, which of course on the back side of the ladder, there's no steps. So when I stepped back, there was no step. I went down about 5 or 6 feet, smashed this arm on the concrete basement floor, and the next day I was at work and I was like, you know, it still hurts. Let's get some x-rays, and I ended up fracturing my arm. But as you saw from that picture and the picture right here, it is the tiniest, most microscopic little crack ever here on this bone right here called your radial, and it's I mean, it's not that bad. I don't have full strength yet in any of my muscles. It definitely hurts around the elbow and even up here in my deltoid, because I think I went straight down on my elbow and it sent like a shock wave all the way up through my humerus. But I've got no fractures anywhere in my shoulder or really anywhere else. But I got the grip strength of what I would say is a small child, although I bet there's a 2-year-old who could probably punch through the earth. So I don't know if I'm actually that strong or that weak as a 2-year-old. And I know some 80-year-old women who could grip strength you like there's no tomorrow and like break your arm, especially if you get them going in the emergency room and you know they've got like altered mental status or something. So I don't know what the strength is though, but imagine something extremely weak, and that's about where my strength is right now. But it is recovering. I'm 3 days out. Orthopedist said to not wear a sling longer than 48 hours. Don't lift anything over 5 pounds for about 2 weeks, and then just go from there. So about another week and a half, hopefully I'll be able to get full strength again, and then I can get that big ass 6-inch hole saw, and we'll be able to cut through the concrete in the back and actually get the ductwork to go outside. And then we actually will finish the HRV video up and we'll finally get that thing up and running. Next update I got for you guys. Yes, I am wearing a different color blued scrubs. If you guys cared, I joined another local hospital organization here in my area, and it's the exact same position that I've had at my first organization, and that is I'm an ER flex nurse. I just have now opened myself up to like 16 more ERs. So I'm now at like 20 or more ERs in the entire area that if they need help, and you know, one hospital is offering, you know, incentive pay and another one's not, but there's need lists everywhere. I kind of get to like pick and choose and go where I want to go, and I'm still basically contingent, so I have no demanded hours. I just kind of come and go as I please, and I absolutely love it. And I love seeing different things that people do. You know, doctors have different ideas on stuff. Organizations do things a little bit differently. I can see, you know, oh, that's a good way to do that. So I like the extra learning experience. And again, I just still love the flexibility. And now I'm just with 2 organizations and have so much more versatility in my career field. Third update, Erin has been working her butt off. She has started some of our landscaping. She's not done yet, and we're actually going to lose that back one there pretty bad if I don't get those gutters on, because that water rushes off there so bad and just destroys all of her mulch. But we got to get the sidewalks in. We'll put more river stone in there for like low spots, And then once we get the deck stained and everything, we've got more river rock to cover up that limestone over there. But I think it's looking pretty good. She has spent a lot of days on this. She says she's been planning it out like crazy, how she wanted all the plants to look. And obviously when they all grow up, they'll be, you know, certain sizes and stuff. But yeah, I think it's coming along and it looks pretty good. So let me know what you guys think. Drop her a comment down below and tell her that she's doing a good job. All right, another update. Speaking of Erin doing plants and everything, not only have I not done it yet because I haven't wanted to, but she's been complaining we do not have access to any water on the outside of the house. We have no spigots anywhere. And by code, you do need water spigots on the outside of your house. I think you have to have at least 2 of them, like one in the front and kind of one in the rear. So we definitely were kind of dragging our feet, or I was dragging my feet, not wanting to do water access on the outside, because again, that's drilling through concrete and then worrying about where you're gonna route the lines and everything. But kind of pushed me further that we need to get it going, because if you happen to notice, this pile here used to be probably, oh, about yay high, all the way completely flat across. Well, as I was burning some weeds out here, I got the tiniest, littlest bit of like leaf on fire there and walked away for an hour or so. And this entire thing, all the way up at an angle, including this tree, all the way up to here, completely caught on fire, and I had to run back and forth with buckets of water to put it out. So because we had a runaway fire, almost like get out of hand, yeah, I finally now, I agree with Erin. We need to go ahead and get a spigot on the outside of the house. So that'll probably happen in another video. We got to figure out what kind we want to do. But the most important thing is we basically need to put it kind of high up, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Because I do not want, obviously, a water line going down like on the ceiling of like this bedroom, for example. We want it to stay up in the floor joists, and the floor joists are actually pretty high up here. So that's going to be drilling through the siding, the foam, the concrete, the foam on the other side, and then the internal LVL. And as long as the perimeter LVLs don't have a very big hole through it, it would be okay for us to put like a decent sized spigot hole like that to go into the floor joist on the inside. And then of course we can connect the water line, and then now we'll have water back here. And then I guess I'll do it somewhere on the front, although the front's gonna be a hell of a lot easier, if you'll notice, because obviously the property tapers out back. But we could put the spigot, for example, like at this level and attach right here, and that would be a lot easier. So we just have to get that going in another video, and again decide what brand and like model we want to go with, because I don't want those real like cheap brass ones or something with the typical like screw on screw off type of thing. I want something more advanced and stuff that can permanently water seal, and it's got a vacuum break and all that like good type of stuff. So just got to figure out what we want and when I can do that work also. And then last but not least update, I want to take you guys up into the attic. I want to show you guys something. I thought this was pretty crazy the other day when I went up there and saw this. All right, so it's been several months since we finished the insulation on the inside of the house here. And if you guys remember in my video, we did like a grid pattern, like string pattern. I put up some pieces of wood that would get my height stick, so I knew the insulation value that I wanted to blow in. And then I attached strings to each one of those, again, to lay out like a nice grid pattern. And I'm pretty sure on the package, I'm gonna have to read it again, but it does say that settling will occur. And a few months after I blew it in, I expected about a 1-inch settle. So all of our string lines and everything became about 1 inch exposed. Well, now that it's been several more months, it's crazy how much these things have actually fallen. I don't know how well you guys can see in there, but right there is one of the posts. And if you follow that one string line all the way over there, if you can see it, there is a good 2 to 3 inch settlement. And what even has me kind of worried is even around where like some of the 2x4s are like down there, you've ended up creating like some gaps because of how it's settled. Like right there is a gap hole, and like right there is a gap hole. So not only in some spots have you lost again that like 2 to 3 inch drop, but where there's like some wooden stuff, that means you've lost an additional, what looks like another inch or two drop. So I got to read the instructions again and see if that much settling is normal, because again, we blew in basically Canada's insulation value up in here. We blew in an R60 when in Ohio, in our area, we only needed to blow in an R48. So that's the exact perfect reason why I think I said in that video, just spend the extra couple dollars on a few more bags and blow in that zone above you's insulation, because even if it settles to the appropriate thickness where it'll say, like if you blow in, you know, 18 inches and it settles to 16, it's that 16 that will give you that R value. Why not just blow in one more zone above you, a few more inches, and get it to settle to the 18, giving you that better R value to begin with, especially when it's a DIY job that's so cheap and easy to do on your own, and it doesn't cost you that much more in bags. I think it's just really going to work out. I just, again, hope that because it is so tall and thick in there, that much settling is appropriate, and that we do still end up with such an awesome insulation value all the way throughout all of the attic space. But that's all I got for you guys. Again, just a little update on everything and how I'm doing. Again, let me know what you think about that attic insulation. The only thing that scares me about that is the first builder we ever talked to. He said that his insulation process was 2x6 exterior walls, and that they would put up a vapor retarder on the inside, like a plastic barrier, and then they would blow in cellulose. Well, even if you only have a 2x4 wall or a 2x6 wall, you know, 16 inches on center, and you're blowing 8 feet, 9 feet, 10 feet of cellulose in there, there's no way you're not gonna have consolidation or fall up on the top of that wall area, then exposing all of that all the way around your house, like 360 degrees, that basically once that drops, you have no insulation then anywhere up around like your double top plate. I just can't think how you couldn't have that settle like that. So if you've got insulation in your house with blown in cellulose in your walls, man, I would definitely break out a thermal camera and see what it looks like up around your ceiling area. But again, just a little update for you guys. It's F1 Monaco day, so I'm gonna go on and actually watch the race, and let me know what you guys think. Wish me a fast and speedy recovery, and I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care.